go. Here we go.
Winifred Mana.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Silver Pines. It's our new game we're doing. Hi. This
Are
week...
the pines made of silver?
No. That's not... That's not
I'm
what's-
out of here.
We were sold a bill of goods, sir.
For this week, you're staring at a thumbnail I slapped together in Photoshop in 10 seconds of just some slanted color test bars. But eventually, I think we're going to play on Roll20. Probably. I don't know. I'm Luke, and there's people here also. Say hi, everybody.
Hi.
everybody.
Hi.
Great. Good
Hi.
goof. Premium goof. We're playing a new role-playing game, because we finished Pizza Party. And now it's time to move on with our lives to a new one. So we are... I should have written, like, down this part. I wrote down narration, but I didn't write down the intro. What? What?
I see the tradition continues strong.
I wrote down the narration for when the game starts. What do you want from me?
Well, maybe next time you'll nail it totally.
Oh,
Wow.
Maybe
Woof.
I was gonna be more on point 20 minutes ago, Ashley.
Wow.
All right, all right.
All right, everybody has to stop before somebody gets their actual feelings hurt.
Too late.
Oh no, it's fine. Whatever.
Jokes on all of you. My feelings were already hurt before this.
My secret cap. I'm always emo.
I'm just getting into character.
I commented, wrote it in the emoji search bar and not the comment bar because I'm the best.
Great. Anyway, yeah, so we are playing... I wanted to make a game that was just JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, because if you talk to me for more than an hour,
yeah,
you know I never
I
shut the fuck up
right.
about JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Yeah, I had no idea you were into JoJo's. What?
Right. So I asked around and said, hey, what would be a good system for, like, imitating JoJo stands? And someone pointed me towards monsters. And oh no, sorry, I gotta say it the way
You're saying it wrong. Yeah.
monsters and other childish things.
Thank you.
Well, okay, this hurts my feelings, so okay.
Julie, did you ever listen to that TWA where Luke tried to do
No.
an Australian accent?
Why does
No,
everyone
I
always try to
actually
call me
refuse
out
to.
on that one?
Good. That's probably a good idea.
Here's the thing, you want me to call you out. I fucking know.
No!
I mean, what he just did is literally his Australian accent, so...
I
Oh, is
mean,
it?
Yeah, it really
I
is.
detect a difference, but you know.
Yeah,
That
you
doesn't
would.
sound like a... That doesn't even sound like a fake Australian accent. It sounds like you're trying to make fun of my lack of Australian accent.
Well, no. What it was I tried to do a fake Australian accent, got one syllable into it, realized this is not... Like, why did I even attempt this? The only way to even kind of save face is to exaggerate it so heavily that it's obvious that I don't think this is a good accent.
Oh, Luke. Luke, you experienced every stand-up comedian's worst nightmare.
Right. I have to, like, double and triple down on this if I want
The
to get out
secret is
alive.
you don't, buddy.
Here's the thing, theoretically, when you're doing a podcast, the advantage is if a bit goes incredibly poorly, you can just cut it out, you
In
know, or
what
edit
world
it.
is
We
anyone
don't do
gonna...
that here.
Yeah, well, when's that gonna happen on one
This
of
is
our
audio
shows?
entropy? Sorry.
Anyway.
Everybody on the dock just screaming, abandoned bit!
Anyway.
No. In Order Entry's case, we are the fucking string quartet going down with the ship.
Right, yes.
Yeah. Most people trim their hour-and-a-half long recordings down to a reasonable length so that they can cut out the dead air and the bad goofs, but not us.
We try to extend it in editing.
But, yeah, we are playing a very, very lightly modified version of Monsters and Other Childish Things, which is to say I renamed, like, a stat.
I mean, also,
Hell
we're not
yeah.
playing children.
Yeah,
Right,
we're not using
yeah.
the
Welcome to our
flavor
hack.
that's built into it.
Yeah,
So-
the rule book for Monsters and Other Childish Things hits home over and over. You should really play as children. And I'm like, well, no. Fuck off.
We did that once. It didn't go great.
I'll play your
Welcome
game how I
to-
want to.
Welcome to Monsters and Adulthood, where the monsters are things like, I don't know, real estate. And
Right.
Society.
bank fees.
So this game is based on the one roll engine rule system, which I had never heard of before. But it means that everyone just dumps a fuckload of dice on the table all at once, I guess. And then you sort out what happens from there.
Yeah, isn't everything like down to like 10d6s or something?
10d10s. Yeah.
Did
10
you call
D10s. Okay.
Did you call it one for roll?
I did buy a bunch of D6s, and then Molly went, "It's D10s though, Ashley." And
Yeah.
I was like, "Well,
No.
Don't worry, I've made the same mistake this very evening.
Yeah,
hell yeah!"
Oh my god.
I had a bunch of D10s prepared on my desk, and I'm like, Luke, he uses D10s, right? And he's like, nah, D6. I'm like, okay, I guess I'll go grab my other dice. And when I get back, he's like, Emily, I was wrong. And I'm like, thanks.
Yep.
Appreciate it.
Because you would think, like, it'd be a pretty safe bet. Like, if you're going to make any dice system around having a fuckload of the same kind of dice, well, I mean, like, D6 makes sense. Everybody has those lying around.
Right,
I
right.
don't know. Yeah.
I mean, like, Vampire the Masquerade uses D10s. The same with 7C. There's a lot of systems.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I mean, stuff, but, like, yeah.
Now I
can't
can
go-
finally use this pack of D10s I bought like ages ago, and the store wouldn't let me return because fuck them.
Been waiting for
Assholes.
this day.
But yeah,
They sure
so...
wouldn't let me return them because they said, "Oh, people are very superstitious about their dice." I'm like, I literally haven't opened the pack. Just let me return this, please.
Yeah, they're very superstitious, Julie. It's ridiculous.
That place.
The writing's
I
on the
am not
wall.
superstitious about my dice. I'm just like, whatever.
Yeah.
Very superstitious.
But to
Writing's about
kind
to
of
fall.
very briefly run through, not everything, but just sort of the some of the core stuff in Monsters and Other Childish Things, the way this works is everyone has basically created two characters. They have made their main player character, and then they've made their monster, but we needed a word that sounded kind of like stands, but also was appropriate to this game, which I'll get into the setting a little more in a second here, but everyone's got their own channels. The way this game works is that everyone role-plays their player character at all times and can control their channel during combat. Out of combat, I get to control them. Under, you know, I have a few guidelines everyone gave me as to their personality, but other than that, I have free reign to do with them what I want, and the rulebook encourages me to be disruptive with them.
Luke, by the way, you realize with my stand, you're going to have to put on an accent.
Wait, which... that
My
sounds
channel,
like...
yeah.
That sounds like a
Yeah.
bad idea.
Well,
Sounds
here's the
like
thing.
a trap.
Well, I mean, it's Austrian. It's like.
Yeah, I don't even know what an Austrian accent sounds like.
It sounds like
Dude,
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Just
Okay.
do Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
All right,
Come
all
on,
right.
Jake, got what you want. Give these people a.
Oh,
Yes,
this sounds
come on.
this
Yeah,
sounds
I was
so
about to say,
misguided.
just aim for German and then do it like a little to the right, but like, no, yeah, Schwarzenegger works.
I like
Yeah,
the
no.
concept of aiming right of an accent.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
understand that.
I mean, listen, I'm not talking politically, which I think is what got the ooh there, but I mean,
Yeah,
I'm talking like second star of the right and straight until morning type thing.
Also,
Yeah.
my
I
stand's
got,
more
I got
like-
you.
Which is more like, go German and South because you just sound like a farm boy.
Okay. Well, yeah, so to get a little bit into the, like, setting of this game and the premise of it, we're starting at the start, so we'll get more into that as we start playing. But the idea is that Silver Pines is a small town located in Colorado, about, I don't remember the exact year I wrote down, like 150 years ago, somewhere like that. Someone exploring this region for silver mines found this small valley and sort of tried to sell the claim on the land to a mining corporation, the Woodward Mineral Corporation, who did buy it, but because it was the late 1800s, they did not have the equipment or the means to actually get as deep into the Rocky Mountains as they needed to mine this land, and really just bought it to kind of squat on it. And then in the late 1950s, they sort of, probably while doing some clerical, like, housekeeping, discovered, hey, we have a claim to a silver mine we've never actually developed. And because enough time had passed and technology had developed, they were now able to establish a mine here in a way that would be profitable for them. And this gets to an important point of this game. It is set in the real world. I have no idea how plausible anything I just said is, but it sounds reasonably, you know, that doesn't sound horribly off. to a dumb
Yeah.
person's ear. So I think that's
Yeah.
the standard of realism we're going for here.
I think you're allowed to be unrealistic in fiction, Luke.
Oh no, I understand that, but I want to set the ground rule here.
We're making a rough approximation of a small mountain town in Colorado in
Yes.
the early '90s.
Yes.
And like, listen, like, there's stuff's gonna be inaccurate. I decided to make my character a fan of the Broncos. I don't know anything about the early '90s Denver Broncos. I don't care.
My
You gotta
character's
get
Anything about the
researching.
current Denver Broncos? Do
Say what?
you know anything about the current Denver Broncos?
Not really.
All
Yeah.
right, well,
I mean,
The
I
No
know a
Dallas
little bit,
Cowboys.
vaguely. I know they got humiliated in the Super Bowl a few years back.
Oh dang. But no, I just want to up top establish the standard of realism we're gonna reach here, which is, yeah, that sounds plausible. Sure. I am doing some research, but I am not sweating getting everything perfectly accurate because that's a good way to not have any fun with this.
Yeah.
But then you're not living true to the JoJo spirit, Luke. You gotta be like a Rocky and just dive down wiki holes for 30 hours.
Well, I was gonna
straight.
say he's not necessarily accurate either. He just reads a lot of Wikipedia and then just like info dumps random bullshit into his comic.
That's what you do
Yeah,
to do
that's
then, I
accuracy.
guess.
Right. But the other element of this, then this will sort of segue us into the player characters. Because this town is located so deep in the mountains, you can't get any television or radio signals, which means that if the people of Silver Pines want any kind of entertainment, they got to make it themselves. And all of the player characters are employees of Silver Pines Television, which is a privately owned TV station. The analogy I kept using when we were setting this up is think of the TV station from UHF, where it's just this small TV station with a lot of weird original programming and shitty old reruns, and through just circumstances, the community has a weird amount of investment in it, even though it's just kind of nothing.
Yeah, like if you don't, you wouldn't even know it exists if you lived outside this town. But if you live inside the town, it's super important.
Right, it's all there is, really. If you want to watch TV, you're watching Silver Pines TV. Maybe on a real clear day, you can get a fuzzy, gross-looking picture of, NBC or something. But no, why would you? So, given that, why don't we just go around real quick and everyone give the quick run, give me the elevator pitch of your character and your channel. Molly, why don't we start with you, because you're on the top left of my Skype window.
Oh, hello. Yeah, I am going to be playing Randall Neese, a huge, kind of maybe a giant asshole, who also happens
Weird.
to be... who also happens to be a well-respected weatherman in town, and tries to keep a very polite and nice public face, but mostly just once he turns away, he's probably flipping you off or something. Like, that's probably what's going on there.
Yeah. You explained that character premise to me, and I said, "Oh, you made Bill Murray from Groundhog Day," and you said, "I've never seen Groundhog Day because I don't watch movies."
Yeah, that's what I said. I said that verbatim. And then, Randall's channel is Pushing Daisies, who is a giant plant golem who's kind of a quiet guy, but is also a pretty big brute. And also has a bunch of flowers on him and vines and gross shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is the other thing I didn't bring up. Obviously, if you know anything about JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, you probably know that all the stands are named after bands or songs that the author likes for no real
After we
reason.
ran out of tarot cards.
Yeah, well, yeah. Almost never has anything to do with the actual powers that they have, but why not? So, in keeping with that idea, all of the channels in Silver Pines are going to be named after television shows.
I think we maybe worked a bit harder to get them.
Yeah, like
lined up.
I've been planning a lot of channels for like NPCs and enemies and stuff, and I have a hard time coming up with just random unrelated bullshit when I have like, oh, I don't know, let's just make one called fucking Jeopardy and it can eat triangles. I don't know, like that's I mean, that's how JoJo works. That's not quite how Silver Pines
imagine
works, I don't
maybe
think.
Iraqi kind of like comes up with a concept first, and then just
Yes.
pulls a random song.
I think
and
that's
you're
absolutely-
doing the opposite.
No, he would just
here.
look at his album collection. That's basically it.
Spotify playlist and
Yeah, like, I think he draws a picture of a cool-looking Phantom Warrior and then just glances over to whatever he's listening to on his, phone. And all right,
There's
that's
just
it.
a giant
And he's like,
jar
"Ah,
in
more than a
office that
feeling."
has
Right.
A bunch of band names written on slips of paper he reaches into.
Yeah, like I said, like, one or two every, like, chapter of JoJo maybe has something kind of to do with its name. Like, Purple Haze can release a Purple Haze.
That's fucked up. I didn't
Yeah.
expect that in JoJo's, like...
Right. Ashley, what's your character?
My character is Mary Scarberry. And she is kind of like the camera operator / a bit of a tech person there. Again, it's a pretty small studio, so...
Right, I think everyone probably has to wear multiple hats.
Yeah, but I mainly just kind of point the camera at whoever's talking.
Yeah.
But more importantly, Mary's also a goth.
Yes.
Yes.
And also a witch, maybe?
Yeah, uh-huh.
At least like a witch in the more like non-magical sense.
Like a practitioner of Wicca?
Yes.
Yeah.
But I only did a cursory glance of Wicca.
I got halfway through the Wikipedia entry on Wicca, and then I got bored.
That's
You
fair.
want-
Is there a Wikipedia?
I'm sure there
Probably.
must be.
Thank you, Michael.
I made a
someone
point to
do
say,
that.
to really hit the I in Wikipedia to avoid exactly that joke. Wikipedia is an actual book.
Yeah.
Fucking amazing.
It was
Okay.
kind of dope. Anyway, but
Yeah.
yeah, Mary Scarberry, she's and she is I very much wanted to do someone the opposite of Jet from the last game, who is
Mhm.
very energetic and very like both of these are kind of fuck ups because I just like playing fuck ups. But while Jet is kind of like Mary has kind of accepted her fucked upness and is just kind of willing to is just kind of living her life, not really caring about anyone.
Mhm.
And she's kind of happy like that.
Okay.
And her channel is Small Wonder,
Okay.
which is based on the cryptid Geth, the mongoose.
Yes.
So it basically is a giant kind of mongoose-looking thing
Mhm.
with a bit more human hands and feet.
Yep. Don't care for it.
yeah. Listen, Luke. You
Yeah.
can't tell me all the
Come on.
JoJo shit and then like,
No,
go like,
listen.
oh, it's got feet.
I mean,
it's
Wait,
got
it's a
hands.
channel and it's got feet?
all right.
Oh,
Well,
God.
Thanks
bye
for
everybody.
doing
So
it.
long.
Turn it down.
Thanks for
On the
tuning
one
in.
hand, Luke has absolutely no position to stand on when it comes to other people making up freaky, confusing shit.
Yeah.
But also, like, non-human thing with human hands and feet is probably like the
That's-
richest possible vein of God. No, get it away from me.
It's bad.
It's
I don't
still
like it.
furry hands and feet, but they're just like they're more dexterous.
Still bad.
But they're kind of
Recreation hands.
Yeah.
their kind of special ability is they can turn things to salt by looking at them.
Yes.
That's the fucked up part, of my opinion.
Yeah, that's definitely
more
that's
fucked
up there.
up, yeah.
Especially because Ashley took the trait that she can share Gef's eyes or Small Wonder's eyes, excuse me, with herself, so that Mary also has salt vision.
So she is actually a witch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Not yet. She's not.
But I wanted when Mary gives someone a death glare, it's a literal death glare.
Right.
Ooh.
Emily, what about you? Great.
Emily, did we lose you?
Mike, I guess why don't you go while we wait for Emily to stop being in the Never Realm.
Phantom Zone.
Okay.
Never Realm
so
made
my
Mortal
guy
Kombat.
My guy is Skip Pendleton.
That's Nether Realm. Never mind. Keep going, Mike.
Skip is he's the Jeez, I'm blanking on the name for it. He's the guy who's
He's the sound guy.
yeah, he's the sound guy. He's working all the dials and shit. You know, those sliders that they move up and down for the audio levels.
Yeah, those.
Yeah, he's yeah. He is kind of an older dude. I'm thinking like late 50s, early 60s.
Okay, he's even older than I was thinking he was. I was thinking more late 40s.
Kind of salt and pepper hair. So he's been around a while. And his channel is 8 is Enough.
Which is a great name.
Yeah,
It's so good.
I've already decided that when this comes to pass, he's going to call her Izzy for short.
Okay.
And she is a 20-foot spider.
Yes. Which is
Likes
bad.
He likes to eat birds.
That's bigger than a spider ought to be.
Yeah. But I've also.
I mean, come down to Australia. I mean, that's.
But here's the thing. I've also written that she's like surprisingly friendly. Like I kind of imagine Izzy as sort of having the personality of a dog.
Yeah, he's
Kinda.
sort of like a friendly puppy.
Yeah,
Oh, so
an enormous, venomous, 8-legged puppy.
Yeah.
Fuck off, maybe.
like.
Yeah. Yeah.
I also did the much like Ashley did. My character also shares a vision thing with the monster, but although mine's just night vision, I can just see in the dark.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And Julie does have a cute arachnophobia. So that's fun.
Like I'll say
It's
this.
adorable.
I'm gonna say, my arachnophobia thankfully is not triggered by like descriptions of spiders. I'm grossed out by that, but like
Sure.
same way I'd be grossed out by anything.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just gonna say, I'm just gonna picture Izzy as like Joltik from Pokemon, and then
Sure.
I'm good.
Sure.
Just a giant Joltik.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, hey, a giant Joltik? Hell yeah.
Yeah, I don't
I'll
think
get
you
in
can
on
make
that.
Joltik big enough to be scary.
I'm
I
imagining
also just wanna-
Galvantula more than Joltik myself, but yeah.
Sure.
I can even picture like Galvantula, or even like even
I love
Ariados. I'd be
Galvantula.
okay with
Yeah.
that.
I hate spiders, but Galvantula is one of my favorite Pokemon.
Yeah.
I do want to make clear, like on the air, so I don't look like the biggest asshole in the world. I didn't actually know that Julie was arachnophobic when I made the character.
Right.
It surprisingly doesn't come up as much anymore, but like, yeah,
Sure.
it's fine. It really is okay. It's just like one of those things where, oh, okay, oh boy.
Emily, what about you?
I'm playing Frankie Beaumont, her name is actually Francesca Beaumont, but she's not like to be called Francesca. She is kind of like a biker girl. She is kind of a wonderkin when it comes to mechanics. Like she's very good at anything mechanical, but she specifically likes to work on her motorcycle.
Mhm.
And she got a job working as the maintenance lady for Silver Pines TV. And yeah, she's kind of a rude girl, a little bit rough around the edges,
Mhm.
doesn't really get along with people. And her stand, or channel rather, is Motor City, which, to reflect her love of motorcycles, is kind of this like robot made out of like motorcycle parts
Mhm.
who can control other mechanical objects and also transform his arms into any tools. And while Ashley and Michael's characters have the sharing ability with the eyes, she has it with the arms, so she can also turn her hands into giant robotic arms that can turn into tools. And that's kind of her main like way of fighting and using her powers. But yeah, she's I kind of made her as a bit of a bruiser, kind of like a hard ass, but yeah, trying to go for like against my own type, which is like I'm very feminine, but I want to play a butch girl.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And Julie, what about you?
So my character is Monica Pang. She is from British Hong Kong, which, yeah, when you mentioned this in the 90s, I actually completely forgot, like, oh, right, Hong Kong was still under British rule at the time. This
Yeah.
is a good opportunity. But yeah, so she is essentially a ray of sunshine as
Okay.
a human being.
Yeah.
always constantly peppy and like sees the silver lining in literally damn near any situation that happens around her. And she aspires to be like a children's show host, similar to like, Play School or Blue Peter or, things like that.
Sure.
And the problem is, though, every time she's auditioned for stuff or applied for things, whenever she actually like gets in front of a camera, she's like very confident in front of a camera. The problem is that she will interject it, like she will include social commentary.
Trying to fucking radicalize our youths.
Yeah, but like in a nice way. Like,
right.
I keep forgetting the teacher's name. If anyone has seen, I've always compared her to this character. If anyone's seen that that cartoon Recess, she is like the homeroom like English history teacher.
Yeah.
Like, she'll be the one telling you like, oh yeah, we're living on a settler nation. They never ceded sovereignty. Right. Like, but she's doing this for like, kindergarten programs and such.
Right.
So no one really wants to hire her.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, she's come to Civil Pines because she wants to, like, she's tried auditioning in Britain and Australia, but she's going to try America this time.
Mm-hmm.
Civil Pines is like the one place she could find a job.
Starting at a small market.
Pretty much. And at Civil Pines, she's essentially, I've pictured her as basically like a general personal assistant for the station, and also she's essentially their tour guide. Like, for any, like... It's probably like, I imagine there's no tourists at this point. She is just always on standby, ready to give a peppy tour.
She's got that tour ready to go.
She is ready. She practices every day and every night.
Yeah. That was one aspect of the setting I talked to you guys about that I didn't mention, is that, the mine has been running for close to 40 years now, and it's reaching the point where it's not tapped yet, but it's going to be within probably 10 years. And the town is kind of making a transition to become more of a tourist destination to try and not have the town just totally once the mine's done.
It's also the town's, like, very inaccessible.
Yeah, but the way I'm envisioning it, the mining company is building a lot of resorts and selling it as, like, this very exclusive private place for rich people to come on vacation.
Right.
It's like, no one can get you out here. We barely even have phone lines.
And Monica's channel is Kommissar Rex.
Yes.
Based on the Austrian police procedural Inspector Rex, which just involves a German shepherd solving crimes.
Right. Well, it's the Austrian show Kommissar Rex that you knew is Inspector Rex, because it didn't get, like,
known as Inspector Rex everywhere else.
Did it get, like, dubbed in English or something?
In some cases it did. In some cases it didn't. Like, it got subs, which I found very funny.
Okay, yeah. Would you prefer the sub or the dub?
Yeah, exactly. My favorite thing about that is just like any police procedural, like, the main character or most popular character sticks around, so it's the dog.
Right.
Everyone else rotates, so all the human beings change throughout the different seasons.
That's really good.
Yeah. So it's just like, Rex has to get used to a new handler every season or so.
That's great. I work alone. Is he a talking dog?
No, that's the thing. He's just a dog. Like, he's just a police dog.
It sounds amazing.
In my head, it was a show about a talking dog.
No, it's actually not even like a kid's show. It's like it is aimed at like teens can watch this, but also so can adults. Like, it is a police procedural.
I need to reshare the image I found of Inspector Rex, because it's the funniest thing that it does not let me put it in.
Oh, in the YouTube chat? It doesn't?
Yeah.
Oh, boy, that's a problem.
Send it to Luke, and Luke can maybe just put it up on the stream.
Oh, maybe, yeah. I don't really have it set up to do that, but I can maybe speak it out. Wow, this is...
Listen. Get to the bottom of this.
We linked this on a Skype chat where we made the characters, and I think I ended up crying from laughter. It is a picture of the dog, and everyone's kind of looking at the dog expectantly, and it has its little paws on a glass case with a body in it.
It's
like,
incredible.
Okay, imagine Columbo, but with a dog that doesn't talk. It's just a dog.
Yeah.
It sounds amazing.
But it doesn't the important part is it looks like a photo from like the 80s. Or
Yes.
90s.
Like, this was
it does not look like a screenshot.
Right.
Just everyone go look up Inspector Rex. It's
I'm doing what I can to get it up on the stream.
It's a very special show. But yeah, So Commissar Rex himself takes the form of a Shishi statue, one of those big guardian lion dog statues you see outside of a lot of Chinese architecture. And he's entire... God, it's on the stream now.
Oh my god, it just poked in.
And Commissar Rex is made completely out of silver. You made it bigger.
I want to make sure people can see it.
It's just
I
gonna be
linked
our
another picture.
Yep. Oh, I love Inspector Rex so much. Yeah, Commissar Rex is made completely of silver. He just looks like a statue, and his whole deal is that he moves incredibly quickly.
Yeah.
To the point where, like, similar to, say, your not even Sled Man, thinking of
The Weeping Angels,
from
yeah.
from Doctor Who, like, you blink and Commissar Rex has changed position and pose.
Right. Yeah, not that he can only move when you blink, but he can move that quickly and does to maintain cover.
Yeah, essentially. Also, Commissar Rex is very authoritative and very stern and very protective of Monica. Also, Monica does have a sharing trait with Commissar Rex in his legs, in that she can run real fast if she wants to.
Just a flash.
I tried to sell you hard on the idea. I tried to sell you hard on the idea that she grew 2 dog feet out of each of her human feet to do that, but you turned me down.
No.
Do you still, like, run on all 4s, though? I thought that was the thing.
No, I don't think... No, I always imagine more as Monica just does, like, the Devilman run.
Yeah, you just rejected all of our attempts to make it weird. You just know.
Well, I wasn't my specific...
No, I know.
Weird, which is like... Monica leans down perpendicular to the ground and just basically clawing at the ground.
Yeah, for some reason you rejected our attempts to make your character the way we wanted it.
Weird.
I should get rid of,
honestly.
I should get rid of this picture of this dog eating bread.
It's pretty good.
It's so good.
No, you shouldn't.
All right, it's gonna be up there for the rest of the session, I guess.
Yeah,
Just occasionally swap back and forth between the bread one and the body one.
But yeah, those are the characters. I guess we're ready to get started here. As of the beginning, no one has their channels yet.
Chelsea's 100% right that all these photos look like they were taken at parties.
Yes.
Every case with Inspector Rex is a party.
Yeah, like, is this a still from the show, or is it like a promotional image?
No. Like, the show is actually, like, has scenes like that where it's just, like, fucking offbeat comedy. Like...
Yeah. Man.
Okay, I'm just gonna... let me just quickly read off a couple episode synopses, if I can find them. Which may be tough, because a lot of them are in German.
Well, we do only have an hour left. We might want to just get started.
Yeah,
let's yeah.
Because, yeah, unfortunately, we've got more of a time crunch for this than we did for Pizza Party. But, yeah, no one has their channels as of right now. I can, even with us only having an hour, I would be very surprised if that was still true by the end of this. But, you know, I don't know what you people are going to do. That's the magic of role-playing games.
Yeah, we might just hang out in the office on the water cooler for an hour.
Yep.
Why would I do that? That's absolutely not happening.
I'll tell you, Skip's first instinct in any given situation is to go back to bed.
God, big mood.
Yeah. All right. Here we go. Here's the narration. You ready? You ready for this?
Yes. I'm
ready to start this magical adventure with me?
Yeah, I guess.
All right,
Yeah.
cool. All right. The time is 8:14 p.m. Mountain Time, April 24th, 1992. We open at Silver Pines TV. Monica, you generally would have gone home for the day, and Frankie, you only really show up on an on-call basis. But today is the last Friday of the month, which means that your boss has bought the entire staff pizza. You always have a little pizza party and go out for drinks after the last broadcast of the night, which is currently being taped. Eugene Wilson, the station's lead anchor, is presenting the evening news. And now for the local report. Silver Pines Hospital has reported 3 births today. I'd like to offer a warm welcome to the 3 newest members of our town. Harry Mead, Marianne Thielen, and David Buckley. I think you're going to like it here. He smiles warmly. Apparently, with the births of these three, Silver Pines now officially has a population of 4,444 people. That's funny, isn't it? Seems like an important number. It really isn't any different from 4,443 or 45, but it feels like it is. Now, I've actually heard that in some cultures, the number 4 is considered to be bad luck. Sort of like the number 13. I never understood that. Whoever decided that 13 is unlucky? Wonder if the Woodward building has a 13th floor. Might not. Anyway, where was I? Right, the number 4. I suppose that if you believe that 4 is an unlucky number, then this is a pretty ill-portent, Our town's population is 4 4s, and it became that in the 4th month of the year. That's a lot of 4s. But I certainly don't feel any reason to be concerned, do you? I'd say that, if anything, things are looking up. I, for one, am excited to see what the future holds. And... Wilson is suddenly cut off as an extremely loud electronic screech blasts through the speakers. Skip, you're unclear what's happened, but the levels in the booth have suddenly spiked. You can't find the cause, though. The entire studio is recoiling at the noise. And this noise is going to deal 3 points of shock damage to your brains.
Oh, shit.
Roll either hands plus block to cover your ears in time, or guts plus wind to weather the
You
sound.
said this
and
wasn't
reduce
gonna
the damage.
happen, Luke.
I said there wouldn't be much dice rolling.
We're not gonna roll any dice in this game.
I said we wouldn't be rolling much dice.
Okay. So, hands and...
Either
God.
either hands plus block or guts plus wind.
Scramble. Everyone's scramble.
Oh, shit. What's
How many
better?
dice do we actually roll?
You roll how many points you have in hands or guts,
You're
plus
rolling
however many points you have in block or wind.
Okay.
Like, your stats are literally how many dice you roll for a thing.
Right, okay.
Ah, my good stats.
So it was guts plus win, right?
Guts plus wind, yeah.
Either way, it's 5 for me, so I'm gonna do hands and block.
Okay.
Okay, guts plus win. So, all right. So I have 4 in that. So I roll 4 d10s.
Yeah.
What's good? 'Cause I got-
You want matching numbers is what you want.
Oh,
I got
okay.
2 8s.
You got 2 8s? Okay.
I have 2 10s.
Okay.
I have no match.
You have no match. Okay. And Mike, what about you?
I don't know.
What'd
Oh,
you
with
roll?
the dice roll, it does not tell you like what the actual.
Yeah, I'm in roll 20 still. I'm not sure.
Let me.
I'm not even
Yeah.
sure what number it spat out.
Roll 20 should tell you each dice roll.
It should. We'll
individually.
figure
I
out.
linked you the roller I'm using. Just
Yeah.
under NBR, put in how many dice you're rolling here, and then roll. And then on the right side, the window will show you how many dice you had and what the results were.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to
Okay.
specifically use the D10 one, because I did the D100 at first, and that
Oh.
was a different,
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
no,
a
that's
different
different.
number.
Okay,
So
I got a 9, a 6, a 6, and a 2.
okay, so you got 2 6s. Ashley, what'd you get?
I got no matches.
No matches. Okay. So everyone that got 2 matches, you take 2 less damage from this, so you each take 1 point of shock damage. Molly and Ashley, you take 3 points of shock damage to your brain stat.
Okay.
Which, do either of you have less than 3 brains?
Nope.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I have less than 3. I
Well, yeah,
have
but you only
2.
take 1.
I only take 1? Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Wait, so I got 2 matching. I had 2 6s, and that counts as 2 matches.
No, I mean, that counts as a match of 2. So
Oh.
it knocked
Yeah, you said
2
2
off
matches,
of the
so
damage.
that was
you
the
take.
thing.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, that's fine. It's wording.
Yeah.
All good.
Yeah, we should probably get used to the phrasing of this game. The number of matches that you get is referred to as the width of your roll. So Mike, Julie, and Emily got a roll of width 2, and then the height of your roll is the actual number that's matching. So like Mike got width 2, height 6.
Okay,
And
So I would have
so
got.
it's
I got width 2, height 10.
Correct.
Okay.
So it's impossible to get a roll of a width 1, like because
yeah,
it's just nothing.
Width 1 doesn't count as anything. You have to have a minimum width of 2 for it to be valid roll.
Listen, it's not the width; it's what you do with it.
All right.
Oh my
well,
god.
So I
Oh,
take 1 hit
Ashley.
to brains.
yeah, 1 shock damage to brain. So
Do
basically,
I actually lower the number? Like how do I?
yeah, the number goes down. The way shock damage works, this is why I did damage to y'all early, so we can get used to these systems.
That's fair.
You gotta
yeah,
be-
you're
yeah.
doing the tutorial. I get
Exactly.
you.
The way shock damage works is shocks are not permanent damage. They're just kind of like bruises, either literal or, metaphorical. When a scene ends, all but one of your shock damage goes away. And then the last point of shock damage will go away after your character's had about an hour of rest. Just to kind of like center themselves.
So I should have a separate, because I'm just doing my stuff on like a text pad.
Yeah.
I should have a separate thing from my permanent stats so I know what's going on.
That would be the way to go, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I did 2/1, but I guess if there's different kinds of damage, I'll put shock.
Yeah, because there's also scarring damage that is a little more permanent. If all of the points of one stat get shocked, that's bad, but it didn't happen here, and I would need to double check the rulebook to remember exactly how that works, and I don't think it'll happen tonight, so
Wait, so if all of the points get shocked, it's bad?
yes.
Because
Did
that happened
happen
to
to
me.
Okay, cool. You had less
Oh.
than 3 brains?
I have 3 brains on the nose.
Okay, so let me find freaking out in the thing here. Because that means
Oh
that
shit.
Mary is now freaking out. Let's see, dodging into
No, Mary.
I'm very aware of how fucking on brand this is.
Yes.
Both the freaking out and also having all my brains removed.
God damn it.
Oh.
Boy, just letting it all out tonight, huh?
Whatever.
Let's
I
see.
appreciate it.
Oh, you know,
Ashley.
no, I'm
Proud
sorry,
of
you're
you.
not freaking out yet. My mistake. Let's see. If a stat is
Well,
reduced...
now I just said that for nothing, Luke.
Gotcha! Let's see. If a stat is reduced to 0 dice, then any remaining damage rolls up or down into an adjacent hit location. So if you reduce the bully's hands to 0, you do another point of damage to hit location 7. You can choose whether he takes the point to his guts or his brains. Okay, here we go. So... okay, so nothing happens right now. It's just bad. It's just you took some damage.
You still got your brains drained, but you're not freaking out.
Right. You're fine with it. You're weirdly fine with it.
Yeah, you
God, yeah, it's weird, huh?
Yeah.
Weird. Strange.
I've already ruined this.
Wait, if the brain stat going to 0 doesn't cause what does cause freaking out?
You freak out when 3 of your stats get reduced to 0.
Oh.
So
Okay.
you're in a real bad place if you're freaking out. And freaking out basically means you have to make some kind of guts plus courage roll to actually do the action you want to do, as opposed to blindly panicking. All right, let me get back to the narration here.
The way I'm putting, sorry, Vic,
No,
the
go
way
ahead.
I'm like imagining this is that Mary was wearing the headphones
Oh sure, yeah,
when
yeah,
this
yeah,
happened because she's the camera woman,
yeah,
and
like,
it's just like, fuck, god damn it.
yeah,
I'm not gonna talk to anyone. I'm not gonna fucking think, like, say anything.
right.
I just want to go to bed now. This
Yeah.
headache.
After a second or two, the sound stops just as suddenly as it started. Your ears are still ringing. Eugene recovers from the shock for a moment before locking eyes with the camera again. Ladies and gentlemen, I am so sorry about that. I think yes, I'm getting the signal that we're unfortunately going to have to conclude our broadcast early this evening to find the cause of what on earth just happened. I'm sure our technicians will do everything they can to get things working smoothly as soon as possible. Have a good night and sleep well, Silver Pines. That's the sign-off he always uses. Mary, as soon as you give him the signal that the broadcast has been cut, he's out of his chair and making his way to the water cooler behind you. Barbara, all of yours boss, the bad, what? I didn't write that part down.
Just say all of y'all.
All y'all's
All
boss has already disappeared into her office where the phone's ringing. Eugene looks towards you, Skip, and says, "What the hell was that?"
I don't know, my dude. I have nothing. I've been doing this for years, and I've never seen anything like it.
I mean, good God, all right. I feel like my ears are gonna start bleeding.
I'm gonna try to figure it out. I don't know what to tell you, my man.
Wow. All right. He gets a drink from the water cooler and just kind of sips on it while his free hand just massages an ear. What is everyone else doing just to paint a scene? Begin a tableau.
Where are y'all? Because I'm assuming that Skip was like in the sound room.
Yeah, I mean, Skip's obviously gonna try and keep trying to get to the bottom of this because this is possibly his job on the line if that fuck up just happened.
Sure. Like I said, this is kind of the station's pizza night. There is pizza in the break room. Everyone definitely heard the noise either from the studio directly or because a TV in the break room was playing the broadcast. So yeah, I mean, you tell me, where is everybody?
Frankie's getting pizza and getting the fuck out of here because fuck this noise.
I think Randall was probably getting ready to go on, and is now relieved that he doesn't have to do that. Whatever. The noise sucked, but I guess I don't have to do the report tonight.
Oh, thank
so.
God. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
I think Monica's like going around checking on everyone, like asking if anyone needs anything. Like,
yeah. Barbara comes out of her office. You can still hear the phone ringing, but it seems like she has given up on trying to answer calls from angry viewers who just got their speakers blown out by whatever just happened. Someone just dropped out of the call. Bye, Emily.
I mean, hey, Frankie did get the fuck out of there.
That's
like,
true. I assume the internet.
Pizza and left. You know what it is.
I assume the internet just hiccuped. Yeah. Let me try and call her back here. Do you like what I did there? Y'all having a pizza party? You see how I bridged
I
that?
actually didn't put that together. Actually,
what's pizza?
Don't worry about it.
What's a party?
Well,
Is Emily in yet?
no, it's still ringing her. Technical difficulties.
Seats.
Great.
Hey,
Hey, she's back. Okay, cool.
Sorry about that. I
No,
don't know
that's
what
fine.
happened. I had to re-sign in and everything.
Jeez.
That's weird.
Yeah. All right, yeah, so Barbara comes out of her office. You can still hear the phone ringing, but she's given up on trying to answer all the calls. She looks towards Skip and says, do you have any idea what just happened?
no, I've never seen anything like this before.
Oh, jeez. I hate to ask, but she looks to you and to Frankie and says, I mean, we can't have our equipment blowing out everyone's ears every time we record something. Can you... I don't want to ask you to stay late, but we gotta get this taken care of. I know. All right.
And Frankie had a plate, like a paper plate with a stack of pizza slices on it.
Yeah.
He's got like one slice in one hand of a bite out.
Frankie's just slowly backing away towards the door.
I mean, can you two stay and do a check of the equipment?
You're getting paid overtime.
I mean, yeah, we'll pay you.
Fuck.
I mean, yeah, it's my job. I got to figure this out.
All right. Well,
She shoves a pizza, slices it in her mouth, starts getting out her toolkit.
Puts the pizza in the toolbox.
Barbara just kind of pinches her the like bridge of her nose and says, "Well, that kind of sinks going out for drinks, I guess. I don't know if anyone's still in the mood after that, honestly."
I would be.
She looks over to Mary and says, "Mary, you doing okay?"
Don't
Yeah.
talk. Don't
Okay.
talk.
Yeah, that's fair.
Monica immediately comes up. Mary, are you sure you don't need anything? Glass of water, juice?
Like Mary just like shoving hand in your face. Just no.
Monica's still
Yeah.
talking. Are you sure? Like, I can just help, like,
Just like one hand over her own face, one hand over
we've got
Monica's
aspirin,
face.
we've got Motrin, we've got Advil. I can check what we've got. I've got some Panadol with me.
I love Monica already.
I'm gonna murder Monica by the end of this.
Barbara just kind of looks around and says, all right, well, maybe we can reschedule for next weekend or something. I'm sorry, y'all. Is y'all a thing they say in Colorado? Guess it is now!
She could have,
I mean, yeah.
moved.
She's moved.
Yeah,
Yeah, all right.
I say y'all.
Yeah, that's true.
It's 2018 now.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, who knows?
listen. If we're gonna try and like keep track of like what slang was and wasn't around in 1992, we're gonna
Oh,
run into a
boy.
lot of problems.
I do have a book that was of like American slang that was made around 1990.
Oh, great.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, but that to me suggests it's probably actually relevant to like 1978.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that might fit for Silver Pines, though. Like,
Yeah, that is true.
As soon as Barbara's like, I guess we'll reschedule it next week, Randall walks up like, oh, no, wait. Drinks sound great, actually.
Well,
Frankie is staring daggers.
What?
I'm sorry, Randall. I'm not sure if anyone else is really feeling it.
ooh,
right.
ooh, do you want me to go out and buy drinks for everyone and bring them to the station?
Is that legal?
Yes. do
Eugene
that,
kind of speaks and says,
please.
I think I'm just going to call it an early night, actually.
Sunshine, get me drinks.
Okay, what do you want?
Beer.
Any kind of beer? Do you want?
You're
There's cider, there's beer, there's ale, there's pale ale, there's.
Just bring anything.
I'll take a Coors.
But Randall, anything could be anything.
Yeah, I'm aware of that.
I don't even know what brands is it. I guess the same brands as now, right?
Yeah.
Yep, I would assume by and large.
I've been so excited to play Monica, y'all.
It's gonna be good. I
I like
love
her.
that you're the only person in this group that's not a big wet blanket.
I feel joy like, bursting out of her skin right now.
It's the Pilsner, whatever.
But yeah, Eugene kind of excuses himself and heads home. What is everyone else doing? It sounds like you're having a impromptu, just extending the pizza party into the night while.
Yeah, the pizza party, right? Well, I guess
Everybody
gotta
else
fix the
works.
soundboard.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be working. Yeah, I'm gonna be working on this while I have like
Right.
an entire slice of pizza in my mouth. In fact, he should have been like, Pilsner.
Just a full-on, yeah. I was gonna make a joke about like an anime girl going to school with pizza in her mouth, but I think we did that on Pizza Party.
Yeah, we did.
Yep,
we definitely did that, yeah.
We did. But yeah, she's gonna be working on the stuff. Like, see if there's anything wrong with the equipment while she's doing
sure.
sets.
Monica and Randall, what are you two doing?
Randall is drinking at at Eugene's desk.
Okay, great. Has he
From
waited
Eugene's
for
mug?
Monica to come back, or did he have his own stash?
Both.
Great.
Monica walks back with like a bunch of beers and like he's already drinking. Like, wait a minute.
Mary, what are you doing?
Is there like a couch somewhere that like maybe we use for like another one of the like for the morning show set?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm lying on that couch and just rubbing my temples.
Okay. Great. All right. So Mary is just laying out on a couch. Randall's drinking at his coworker's desk. Well, Monica goes to get everyone drinks because Chip and Frankie have work to do.
Skip. It's very important that his name is Skip.
Oh, I called you Chip, didn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
The other surfer name.
Alright. Let's see here. See, this is already the magic of role-playing. I was expecting everyone to split up at this point. But y'all stayed together.
Somebody offered drinks. Was I gonna leave?
I was told I had to work more, and even
Well,
though
right.
Frankie doesn't like it,
Yeah.
she gets overtime. So sure.
Let's see here. Let me look at some stat sheets here. Frankie and Skip, let's have you roll hands plus shop.
Oh, you mean my 10 dice roll?
Yep.
Oh, excited.
You better get
Hear that?
matches,
Wait, I can go home? Fuck this.
Yeah, you can go home if you want to. That's what I was saying.
Okay. Just one match already. Ooh, 3 of a kind. Does that matter?
Yeah, it does. That's so
width, yeah.
Yeah, so width 3 and what is it of? What's the height?
I'm still getting finding more matches. Once again, here's another match. Okay, I think that's all my matches. Okay, so I have a 555, a 666, and a 111.
Okay, so the highest I think the highest width goes first.
Okay, so would that be the 555?
Yeah, like, or I think it's that you can pick which one you want, but in this case, since it's not like a hard mechanical roll, it's not that important. Any match at all means a success.
Is the 555 better than the 666?
So, let me find where it talks about that. If I remember correctly, the a higher width means you do something more quickly, and a higher height means you do something more expertly.
Okay.
So, like I said,
height would be 6 then, right?
yeah. So, like,
I'd
any match at
rather
all
do
means
it-
you succeed at it.
I
though.
guess Frankie be trying to be quick right now, actually, because he wants to get the fuck
Really wants
home.
to go home. Yeah. And Skip,
Oh,
would
you know-
you roll?
I got a 3 and a 5, so I guess that's a width of 2, height of 5.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Before I get to the results of that roll, so yeah, you guys are working all night long, kind of checking all of your sound equipment, all the broadcast equipment to see if something weird happened there. As the hours go on, Mary and Randall, are you still hanging out, or do you go home? What do you do?
Oh, probably not. I probably probably after a little bit, I'm out.
Okay, sure. And Mary, what about you?
Mary, like, after, 5 minutes of lying down, left.
Okay, sure.
Said goodbye to no one. That is very important to me.
Yeah, absolutely. Just
Just like, wait a minute.
just slumped out of her seat and out the door.
Who all was still here when Monica gets back?
Randall was, and then he grabbed a drink and left.
Okay, yeah.
Like,
yeah.
A single drink or
Whatever you brought back, I just grabbed some of it and left.
Yeah, like as soon as Monica comes if she comes up to Frankie with a drink, she'll just grab it, say thanks Sunshine, and just shotgun the whole thing in like a second, throw the can behind her, and go back to work.
The visual I have in my head is that Monica walks in, Randall meets her as she's walking in, just grabs the entire 6-pack and keeps walking, and then Monica pulls a second 6-pack out because she expected that.
yeah, Monica
Correct.
has seriously gotten a 6-pack for everyone.
Okay, yeah, she's gone that far
Just
with it.
God.
she knows her coworkers by now.
Sure, she knows that they're all functional alcoholics.
Yeah, she's supportive of that. Listen, everyone's got their own vices.
I don't want this to seem like everybody in this group is an
No.
alcoholic.
No.
Skip just wanted a beer.
Right.
Yeah, but Monica would still give him a 6-pack because she's overly fucking generous.
Also, I don't think a 6-pack of beer makes you an alcoholic. I'm joking.
Actually, I can see.
I mean, Randall also had the flask or whatever he's got in his desk.
Don't worry about that.
Right, yeah. Now Randall I'm concerned about.
Randall, you can be concerned about, but he's probably fine.
He's fine.
I'm
He
trying to
shows up
think of...
every day, doesn't he?
God. He does the weather. I'm trying to think of what funny thing Mary could drink.
No. What's a good goth drink?
Wine.
Yeah.
No,
there you go.
yeah. Just,
Yeah.
Red wine.
Let's
Okay.
say-
Red wine. The
was gonna say-
reddest wine.
A martini, but instead of an olive, it's like one of those plastic spider rings from Chuck E. Cheese.
Actually, is a perfume in a man's hat with a single plum in it?
Yes, it is.
Excellent.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know.
Simpsons
Oh.
joke.
Simpsons joke.
Gotcha.
That's what Yoko Ono orders at a bar, and then the guy just produces it from underneath the counter.
That's great.
There you go.
Monica, what about you? Are you sticking around for moral support, or now that you've done the beer run, are you going home?
I think she's going home. She's delivered the alcohol.
She was
She
a
knows
good
she can't
friend.
really help out.
Okay. Yes. Go ahead.
Thanks for the drinks, Monica. You have a good one.
You too. Hope you guys don't have to stay too long.
Yeah, me too.
All right.
Grunt.
We'll get back to Frankie and Skip in a second here, but with everyone going home, let's start at Mary, since you left first. What's Mary's house like?
I think I may have described it to you at one point.
Okay.
It's very like a normal, kind of small. I don't know if they have apartments here, but like
Mm-hmm.
a small house.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's got kind of the basic,
Probably like single floor, maybe a basement.
yeah, cheapest things that you could get of, but every, like, kind of strategically placed throughout the house are some mail-ordered, like, skull candles, or, candelabra, or, like some, goth shit that she is just kind of placed around so that she is always looking at least one of them.
Great. Randall, what about you?
The basic aesthetic I'm thinking of is like the modern set of items in Animal Crossing,
Okay.
kind of.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mostly extremely functional,
Uh-huh.
rather than any kind of decorative purpose.
Mm-hmm.
And probably some like less than cool posters, but
Sure. Let's see who. Monica, what's your house like?
Clarifying what Ashley theorized on. Are there actually just like apartments in the city? Like,
Probably not like apartments, but probably small condo type
Yeah, like
housing.
condo situations.
Yeah.
Condos.
there's six apartments for the entire building.
Right. I would also imagine that because it is such an isolated area with probably, a relatively small population, the real estate is pretty cheap. So even if you would afford an apartment, anywhere else, you could probably afford at least a small house here,
We need to remember that this was the early 90s.
Also that,
True.
yeah. People
But
could
also,
buy houses back then in those halcyon
also-
days.
Monica is an immigrant. She didn't come here. Like, she had to fly here.
Sure.
I'm gonna go with apartment for now. 'Cause
Okay.
I think that fits Monica better.
Yeah.
It's still like a nice apartment,
Yeah.
more than you'd get for like an actual urban apartment.
Sure.
It's messy in a way that's not like it doesn't look like it doesn't look like she's a slob.
Uh-huh.
It just looks like she's constantly like busy around the apartment.
Mm-hmm.
But Monica's also the sort of person who, with a bookshelf, the books aren't alphabetized; they're ordered in terms of color of the book spine.
Mm-hmm.
That's the type of person Monica is.
Monica, as you approach the door to your house, you hear something muffled through the door. It almost sounds like piano music.
Huh. I didn't leave the radio on. I think she's just gonna slowly open the door.
You open the door, and the door does not open into your apartment. Beyond the door is a extremely lavishly decorated room with a thick red velvet carpet, almost like a Hollywood red carpet. There is a roaring brick fireplace on one side, and a large overstuffed sofa in the middle. There's a tape player where the piano music is coming out of. And sitting on the couch, kind of immediately catching your attention, is a figure? Human-shaped, wearing a dark blue suit, but the skin that you can see on them is just like television static.
very Monica fashion, I think she's just going to like politely greet this person. Just
Yeah.
Oh, hello. This is my apartment, right?
They don't answer you, and this might get slightly repetitive, but we'll try and get through it quickly. Because Randall and Mary, you have the exact same thing happen to you when you try to enter your houses.
Great. Cool.
And be clear, you're not like
In the
with,
same place.
You're not with each other, no.
Yeah.
Right.
No, yeah.
But you're
We're
all
just-
looking in
we're
on the
witnessing
same
thing.
room, yeah.
Yeah.
Mary definitely goes like, wait a minute. What was the last spell we did?
Randall
Did it finally work?
Randall immediately turns on his heel to leave.
Okay.
It's just that like Simpsons gif.
Oh, yeah.
Like, yeah, nope. Mm-mm.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Monica is frantically looking around for any sort of fridge or kettle to make her guest tea.
Monica. I love her.
And I will say, Frankie and Skip, you do your check of all the sound equipment, and as you're working on that, you come to a power room that you need to step inside to look at. And when you open the door, you both are faced with this same room.
Are we still together, or do we like find ourselves in different rooms?
Well, are you entering the room? You've opened the door.
Oh, so we see this. We open the door and we see what's in there is a static guy.
Yeah.
I close the door and then I reopen it.
Yeah, he's still there.
I close
Like-
it again. I'm like, what's in that? What was in that beer?
I don't know. Hops, I guess. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was just hops. Truth be told, I don't know a whole lot about beer.
Wait, you did see that, right?
I mean, what was that? You saw the weird static man, right? That's that we're talking about. I know. Kind of from experience, like when everybody gets all weirded out on stuff, and someone says, "Yeah, did you see that?" and everyone else in the room was like, "Yeah, I saw it." They didn't actually see the same thing. That's just kind of rolling with it.
Ricky's just like, she's just like, I'm doing emotion right now. I'm trying to describe it. Like when you like, rubbing the bridge of your nose. She's just like, yeah, okay.
I mean, listen. I'm
She goes into
reasonably
her-
certain this is actually happening because
she goes into her bag and pulls out a chain. Okay, I'm going in there.
Whoa.
Not the chain
Hold on.
again.
What? What's the problem?
You can't just. We don't know. Why are you immediately going to?
Is he supposed to be there? This is private property, right? I'm not
Yeah,
calling.
but you're not security or anything. You're just kind of.
Like hell, I'm not. And I open the door again and start walking in with the chain.
All right, yeah, you walk in. He. It's hard to tell because you can really only see his silhouette, but it seems like his head is sort of tracking you, but he's otherwise not really moving. Monica, you things get almost sort of hazy for a second, almost as if there is a like your vision has been fast forwarded as you are suddenly in a kitchen making tea, and then you're suddenly in front of him again with a cup of tea for him
Oh,
that you
shit.
made.
Oops, sorry, what was that? It cut off for some reason.
Oh, you have, in sort of a almost dreamlike state, ended up in front of a stove making him tea, and then are in front of him again with a cup of tea.
So do I know like what? Okay.
Not
So-
really. You understand that, like, you're like, oh, I should do this, and then it just sort of, you did it,
Happened.
and it happened, and it was just odd.
Yeah. So again, this is my apartment, right?
He does not answer you. He just sort of tilts his head slightly.
Oh, okay. Not very talkative. That's fair enough. Well, can I help you with anything?
He looks off towards the left and gestures towards the tape deck.
Oh, do you want me to put something on? I don't have much of a collection, but okay. Monica's gonna go over to the tape deck.
Okay. Let's see. Randall, you just turned around and left. What you up to?
I think he wanders around for like 10 minutes or something like that, and then goes back to the apartment or
Okay.
the house, and then sees that the guy is still there, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
He just walks over and then hands him one of the drinks and then goes and walks and just leans up against the wall and drinks another.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, he sort of leans forward and inspects the drink that you've placed in front of him, and almost seems to study it for a second, but then turns his attention back to you. And just like he did with Monica, sort of gestures towards the tape deck where the piano music is coming from.
What? What do you want? What? I don't... You're probably not real, so... Fine. And he's gonna go walk over to it and
Okay, yeah.
Inspect it.
Yeah. Mary, what you up to?
Mary kind of like approaches it, and as she's approaching the man, she goes, "Satiri? No, not Satiri. That you don't look like the drawings. Orbus? She's just naming demons.
Right, yeah.
I love her.
Like, then you don't look like the succubus. All right.
Incubus?
What are you? Because I'm not really in the mood to meet someone I never even invited.
Tell you what, I'm checking, let me look at Mary's stat block real quick.
Yay!
I'm trying to figure out what like, that sounds like a fit. Probably just roll face, because I don't think charm, put down, or connive really fit that connotation, right? Of what she's trying to like get information, and she's not trying to charm it at him. She's like, hey, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah, just roll face.
Again, I have no fucking matching ones.
Okay, then he does not answer you.
Yeah.
But he does gesture to the tape deck.
I was gonna say that Mary, one of the things that she does is she does just put on a Bauhaus when she gets home. Bella Lugosi's dead.
Skip, Frankie just ran into the room with a bike chain. What are you doing?
He wants no part of this. He's leaving.
Is it like a bike chain or like a regular chain
No,
that
it's
you would
like-
swing
it's like
off a bike?
No, it's like a chain that you would use in a fight.
Right,
Like a big
okay,
ass chain.
Yeah.
That was
All
her
right.
signature weapon when she was in a biker gang, which I didn't mention when I introduced her. That she was in a
Sure.
biker gang.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Frankie, you charge in with the chain. Describe what you're trying to do here.
I'm swinging in. I'm like, okay, buddy. One warning. Get out of here.
All right. Let's go with roll face plus put down.
Not a grieve.
It's a grieve. Yeah. We
Change it to grieve.
again we changed some of the stat names, and like they're not all changed, or they're not all changed to the same thing on y'all's stat sheets. So yeah.
Okay.
But a grieve, yes.
Cool.
Because we're fucking homestuck.
Right.
Yeah.
Also, it is a correct word for what we're trying to get at.
Okay.
But also,
Also, we're homestuck.
This put down sounds a little too childish for our game. I think.
Right, yeah.
It is a childish thing.
Yes.
Yes,
Such
that's
a
right.
bold
Childish things.
Oh. Put a spin on it.
Okay, I got one, I got 2 6s.
Okay.
That's it.
Do 6s. Alright, let me double check how this works. Because you're just attacking him out. Oh, no, you're intimidating him. Okay, yeah, so that is a success. I think he's just going to look at you and say...
He says something, wow.
And it is cracked and garbled, as though it is coming out of a fuzzy broadcast. And he just says, "No."
Alright, chain to the face, I guess.
You're doing this right.
Alright, so the way combat works, I guess we get to get into this real quick, briefly, is we go from the order, the turn order is from notice plus brains, I believe. Or it might be outthink plus brains. Yeah, it's outthink plus brains. And the way it works is the person with the worst score for that, and I'll tell you, you've got a worse score than him, goes...
Yeah, it's like some kind of demon thing, and just a biker girl.
Right. Whoever has the lowest declares what they want to do first. The person that... and you go in reverse order like that, so that the higher your outthink, the more you get to know what everyone is intending to do when you declare your action.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
That's really cool. I like that.
So, yeah, you're just going to swing this chain at him?
yeah,
Um,
the face, specifically.
yeah, I'll say he's going to use a useful trait of his channel.
I'm surprised he has a channel. I'm surprised he's a person.
Well, that's not necessarily true.
That's true.
So now we both roll.
What am I
I'm not gonna get to
rolling?
know his fucking channel.
If you're just swinging a weapon, I think you'd probably be rolling hands plus. Let's go with punching, and then since
Cool.
you have a weapon, it'll do a little more damage if it hits.
Sweet. Okay, that's 7 dice. 1 more dice than what I had. I'll pick the yellow one.
Where did my roller go? There it is.
Okay, whoa. So that good, actually. I got 3 3s, and that's the only,
All right. I've got 2 6s. So you do move faster because you have a higher width. So you bring the chain down, and it just sort of passes through his head
Of course it
harmlessly.
does.
Yeah.
Listen, I know how this works. Frankie's just an idiot who wants to hit it.
No, of course. And then everything sort of blinks, and you're not in the room anymore, and you're standing on a set of train tracks.
Oh, shit. Okay.
And you hear a train horn and are suddenly blinded by light, and it seems like you're about to be hit with a train. And then you're back in the room standing by the tape deck.
Cool.
Skip,
Not a train sound.
Skip, you said you're just leaving. Where are you going?
Outside, wherever it is.
When you try to head out the front door, you're confronted with the room again. Frankie's not in there.
Oh,
Kind of disappointed we didn't go into the same room. That would have been interesting, but yeah. That makes sense, though.
Oh. Okay. I think Skip turns around and leaves again.
Okay. What you doing,
game.
Skip?
Okay, so Skip's kind of a coward, and I think at this point, all he's managed to piece together is doors are bad.
Okay.
So
yes.
he's gonna try and climb out a window.
Oh man.
How high up are we?
Yeah, it's very good shit. Let's see here. Let me think.
What floor are we on?
I think the station probably has 2 main floors. The first floor, which is the studio and most of the offices, and then a second floor that has the broadcast equipment, and then there's probably some more floors that are just basically a stairwell to get up to the tower if you need to do maintenance on it. But Skip, yeah, you are working to climb out the window.
Am I currently on the first or second floor? I kind of missed that bit.
Well, I guess you tell me. Probably the first floor, I would think.
Okay, yeah, first floor's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or door, then probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Okay, you open the window, and through the glass of the window, you can see outside. But as you open the window through the actual, like, hole, you can see the room.
That's very good.
Oh,
I
fuck
like
me.
to imagine that Mr. Staticky is just, like, always, like, looking over his shoulder to, like, see you.
Yeah.
I think just for a moment, Skip kind of has like a bit of a cartoon routine. Like he closes the window and it's just glass,
Right.
and then he opens it and it's the room, and then he closes. He just does this a few times.
Yeah.
Like he's trying to figure this shit out. All right, let's just do this. And he still climbs through the window again.
Yes.
Great.
I love Skip.
Yeah. You just,
Does the window like become a door behind him, or is it still just a window?
yeah, I think it becomes a door behind him. I like that visual. Okay,
Imagine
yeah.
a Persona protagonist doing this to like the fucking
Right?
Velvet Room.
Yeah, you sort of, like, tumble out of the window, and then it's almost as if you lose a second or two and you're just on your feet.
Ugh.
That's
And, yeah, the static man is leaning forward towards you, and points towards the tape deck, as he has with everyone else.
Okay, he does an army salute. It's like you got it, Chief. All right, tape deck it is. And I think he does finger guns and backs slowly toward it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think he's fucking scared out of his gourd right now. And yeah, so I guess what's going on at the tape deck?
Okay, so for each of you, at the tape deck, like I said, there's a tape
Does
in it.
Frankie have a tape deck?
Oh, I guess you were standing at it. Yeah, I guess we haven't really resolved. Yeah, you've had your weird little, like, thing happen with you, and you're standing next to it, and he's pointing towards it. But yeah, what do you do?
What would she do? I mean, like, I just pick it up, I guess, and I'm like, what?
Okay, yeah. Yeah, so for each of you, yeah, the tape deck is just sitting there. There is a tape inside of it playing. You can see through the plastic cover shielding it that there is a label printed on it that says Side 1.
Oh wait, is it like it's like an audio tape deck?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like a cassette tape. Sorry.
Okay, sorry. I'd been picturing a VCR the whole time.
Okay, yeah, no, my
Yeah.
bad. I should have
Okay.
clarified.
Mary's going to, like, stop it and then start it again.
Okay, you do that. The piano music stops and then starts again.
Monica's gonna. Oh, you go on first.
Then I was going to flip it over, but I think a lot of people are going to do that, so we
Yeah.
can maybe save it.
Yeah, what is everybody doing? I want to make sure before I narrate.
Fast
Yeah,
forward.
Monica's gonna flip it over.
Yeah, okay.
I think Skip's gonna like ask the guy like, do you want me to? What do you want me to switch out the tape? Do you want a different one? I don't.
He gives a very slight shrug.
Okay. You got any other tapes? What we got around here? Is there like a I think he's gonna like look around, like see if there's a drawer or something.
There isn't. It's just sitting out on like a kind of ornate wooden table.
Huh. Okay. All right. He'll turn the tape around, I guess.
Okay. Randall, what are you doing?
I was gonna say that he's gonna like take it out and look at the guy like, what is this? What? Like, what do you want? And then just puts it back in, but probably the other way.
Okay. Yeah, as all of you flip the cassette over to side 2 and push play, the piano music is replaced with a horrifyingly deep bass that seems like it's threatening to crack your bones. It's so loud and so deep. The pain is just overwhelming. And Monica, Mary, and Randall, you all wake up in bed. It's morning. Skip, you wake up in the grass outside the station.
You did step out of a window.
Can I wake up in a bush, please?
Sure, yeah, if you'd like a
Thank
bush.
you.
Yeah, I can give that to you. And Frankie, you wake up on the cold, hard cement of the power room.
I bolt upright and kind of like wipe my face with the drool and like look around like breathing
saw that.
heavily. Like, what? What? Like she's freaking out a bit.
Yeah, as each of you sort of
What
checks the
was
time.
in that beer? I only had one. I didn't even finish it.
Yeah. As each of you sort of checks the time, you see that it is about 6:30 in the morning.
I imagine like I'm pretty near Skip, so I'd like walk out of the room and like see Skip is outside and be like,
See the
"What?"
window open.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Frankie, I'll say, as you wake up, you smell a weird, a smell you're very familiar with. It smells like engine exhaust around you
Oh.
for some reason.
Crazy.
There's
But
the
there's
train.
nothing in the room that could have caused that.
No.
My guess would be the train, but that also may not. I may be overthinking this.
I mean, I think I know what it is. It's Motor City. But
Oh yeah,
yeah.
it's the thing that we did the whole
Yeah.
thing.
But like Frankie doesn't know that. She like this. She would leave the room and like see the window open, I guess, and stick her head out and see Skip and be like, "What the hell happened?"
Beer?
I'm gonna kill Sunshine.
Hey, don't take it out on her. She probably thought you'd want something a little stronger.
I slam the window closed and I lock it.
Hey,
Randall, what are you doing?
I love the idea of Skip pounding on the window when the door is there.
I think Randall for sure wakes up, just like shakes his head. It's like, oh, it's not usually that bad, and then gets up and starts getting ready.
Yeah, Randall, as you do, you can't shake the idea that you smell mildew in the air, and you're concerned that a pipe might have burst or something.
Yeah. Get somebody to check the fucking house.
Also check the gas line because fuck.
He's now eating all the pizza that's still there.
Right, all the cold pizza.
Morning pizza.
Yeah.
wasn't a
Monica,
refrigerator or anything. It was sitting
Yeah.
out all night.
Monica, what about you? And Julie, I think we have to wrap up in a minute or two here, right?
Like I've got 10 minutes basically
Yeah,
at
yeah.
most.
Okay.
Yeah.
We can finish in that
Monica,
time.
after waking up, opens because of course she has one her dream journal and begins writing.
Boy, it was a wild one tonight.
Was not visited by the fairy again.
As you're writing, you're interrupted by the neighbor's dog barking, and that strikes you as odd because you didn't think your neighbor had a dog.
Huh. Well. Okay. Anyway, back to journal. So new entry.
Mary.
I
what
never
about-
thought it would happen to me.
I met the man of my dreams. He's static.
Mary, as you're waking up, you're noticing that your, eyes are really crusty. Like they get sometimes when you wake up. What are you doing, Mary?
I'm gonna get up
Okay.
and head over to the fridge and pull out like what cereal would be funny for Mary to have?
Count
Count
Chocula?
Chocula, Count Chocula.
Yeah, she's got me Count Chocula.
All right, yeah.
Gotha
Yeah.
cereal.
I was trying to either think like something like super like kitty or super like plain, and I think Count Chocula like
Yeah.
It's either Count
that-
Chocula
Oh,
or
nailed
Frankenberry.
it.
Yeah.
It's gotta be Lucky Charms, y'all.
or Blueberry.
My favorite thing is that it's April, so she's been stockpiling Count Chocula.
No. That Count Chocula is available year round. It's Fruit
Yeah.
Brute. You can only get there around Halloween.
Oh, is it? Okay, I thought Count Chocula was
Yeah.
also Halloween. I
Yeah.
thought all those
It-
spooky cereals were.
It went away for a while, but I think in the 90s and now it is available year round.
Okay. I just like the idea that she had a stockpile of spooky cereal for the
I
rest
mean,
of the
she would do that as well.
year. She's got that booberry.
That's just
Does she
Mary.
keep it in the fridge?
I mean, like she got like a. I would say a good phrase to get like milk.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, you gotta have that cold cereal. Yeah.
One of my
Let,
friends had warm like cereal with warm milk once.
yeah.
What?
Ugh.
It was like what nightmares were made out of.
They like heat up the milk?
Yeah.
Yeesh.
It was
Why?
one of the worst. Like I had it also,
Oh God.
and it was
You
one of
don't
the
have
worst
to
things.
partake in it. Don't give it to peer pressure, Ashley.
It was made by his mom.
Oh boy.
Oh.
No, not my mom. His grandma.
Okay.
Oh.
Worse.
Uh,
you were legally bound to taking it then.
Yeah, like that is. You must partake.
why don't we
That is a railroading DM on that one.
why don't we stay with Mary here as, let's say, like the first few notes of Roundabout start to play on the soundtrack.
Of course.
And Mary, you finish your cereal, and I'm assuming you go into the bathroom to get ready for the day, or maybe not.
Yeah.
Maybe Mary's weird.
No, Mary has a very intense makeup regimen.
Sure. You head into the bathroom and are immediately kind of aghast because where your eyes should be are two glowing white holes that salt is leaking out of.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Fuck you, Luke.
I didn't do that. That wasn't me.
It's me.
No, I meant the salt.
No, I know the song's
Fine,
not me. It's
salt.
Julie.
I said
Holy
salt.
Oh, the salt. Yeah.
She's crying salt. It's not good.
Yeah.
No, it's not crying salt, because my eyes are also gone.
Yeah.
Why is it always the eyes?
I'm not the one that gave her salt vision. Down.
Yeah, that's good.
It's like, I'm not the one who gave her salt vision.
Chelsea,
No.
Chelsea just called me because Roundabout is my ringtone. And it's like set up so it's right on the drop.
So good.
Thank you, Chelsea. But yeah, I think that's gonna do it for the first session of Silver Pines.
I'm a little disappointed. I was gearing up to hear how you tried to describe how a spider smells.
Something's been
No,
on
just a
spike.
bush you woke up and is just covered in webs.
Yeah, something along those lines. Yeah, Skip, you're just like, you have a
That
hard
makes
time
sense.
getting out of that bush. You're just all sticky.
Ugh.
Like you are now just thinking that you just like spent the night in like just covered in spiders.
Yep.
Thank you, Ashley.
You're going to be. Sorry.
No, it's fine. Like I said, it's not chicken that way. It's mostly just like, oh god, oh god.
You're just gonna spend like the next like 5 hours like pulling webs from your mouth.
Okay, all right.
God, no.
Enough of that. Mm-mm.
All right, but yeah, that's gonna do it. We did it. We did our first session.
Woo.
Yeah.
Cue to ED, Luke.
That was really fun.
Yeah.
You got an ED, right?
Oh, God, no, we don't.
What? No, but Luke, you made an OP. You gotta have an ED.
You know what,
Come on.
Julie?
Oh God, Julie!
You know what?
Torture the poor boy.
How about you go make one then?
I don't know what's happening.
She needs an ending theme.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I
It's
was,
an anime thing.
I was working on an ending theme, but stuff happened.
Yeah.
Sure.
Fair.
I mean, if you make an ending theme, I'm probably not gonna make it half as, involved as the opening, but I can
Well,
whip something
I-
together.
I wouldn't imagine so.
Sure.
Like, just do like the thing where it's just like images of like a
I have an
basic
idea.
shot, and then like have
Yeah.
like images of the characters slowly fade in and fade out.
Right, exactly.
Well, I was thinking like a static screen where you could see like silhouettes of
Yeah.
people in a static, or
Right.
something like that.
All right, well, I've got to head off.
Yep. All right.
Alright.
We'll see you,
Bye.
Julie.
Bye.
We'll see everyone
Bye,
else
See you, everyone.
next
Good
week
night,
on
everybody.
Silver
Bye.
Pine.
Thanks for watching the stream, everybody.
Bye. Stop recording.